Hello, everyone. I'm going to be reacting to the Pendragon Cycle Production Diary, Episode 3. And let me just say that I don't plan to be doing reaction videos for all of the behind the scenes footage because I know for a fact that they do have copyright music, and I'm not sure if they would just claim the video or if they would give me a strike. And I'm afraid of really losing this channel. So if I have a bunch of reaction videos to the behind the scenes footage, you never know what's going to happen. So you got to live life on YouTube safely. So, anyways, back since like 2023, Daily Wire was posting these behind the scenes footage up until 2024, I think August or September. And then just recently they took all of them down, and I was wondering why did they do that. And now they're basically reposting it. I think they've added some extra scenes, and I think they've changed the music. I can't really tell. I don't have the old versions to do comparisons, but anyways, I do recall certain scenes, and sometimes I feel like they did add certain scenes. I just can't really tell which ones. It's so hard to remember. But anyways, let's begin, shall we? Okay, I think this scene is new, right? Maybe, maybe not. I can't remember. I just can't remember. I remember that. I love the set they made for this show. They made a lot of sets, by the way. Oh, uh, by the way, hold on. The villain of the story, um, someone interviewed her recently. Well, not recently. Like I think it was like last few months ago, or was it last year, or was it the beginning of the year? I can't remember, but I'm sure you can find that interview somewhere. It's from a relatively small channel, but I think it's pretty cool to check it out. Anyways, okay, so we have I did see that scene in the previous version. So what I like about this is that they added this extra description that this is a 7-part series. They did not add this in the teaser trailer. And that's why a lot of people assume it's a movie. A lot of people walked into the teaser trailer thinking it's a movie. And even though Daily Wire does say that, 2 episodes will be available, early access viewers or something like that in the description, most people did not read the description. So a lot of people just assumed that this is a movie and that's about it. But no, this is a 7-part streaming TV series. And yeah, I'm happy that they're actually explaining it. Even if it's in the behind the scenes footage, I'm happy about it. So yeah. Anyways, let's go. I just love the gorgeous background. Yes, Brett. Yes, Brett. A lot of people believe that the Daily Wire is removing Brett from these scenes. And it's like, why though? She is tied to a major character in this series. Taking her off, it wouldn't work. And they don't have the budget to even go back and film everything, okay? Secondly, I'm sure Brett Cooper signed a different contract for this show. So obviously it's totally different from the Daily Wire contract. The one the comment section contract. Anyways, let's continue.
Pull them in here. We have Wolf Unit right here. And we have Hawk Unit right in there.
I love how so many people have come together to work on this majestic project. There's there's just so much dedication.
You guys had this private conversation about can we trust shit. So what's really funny is when we designed this in prep.
This guy is wearing a Scooby-Doo shirt. I didn't even notice. Oh, this girl, sorry, lady, sorry. Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice it. I love Scooby-Doo. I haven't watched all of the Scooby-Doo, old cartoons, but I watched some of them. Like my favorite Scooby-Doo is What's New Scooby-Doo. It's in my opinion the best modern Scooby-Doo out there. But anyways, let's continue.
Talked a lot about how like we're gonna have two units right
Go.
next to each other. We'll be really quiet. We'll have this whispering radio system. The whole crowd should start to chant.
I always wonder how people hide phones. For example, like everyone's gonna have a phone on them on set. Where do they keep it? In their pockets. But what if their outfits don't have pockets? That's the thing. It's like I really wonder where they keep the phones. Oh, Brett, there she is. See, she is a imperative character. Well, she's connected to our I would say one of our protagonists. So yeah, it makes sense for her to be in it. And obviously to reshoot everything, it's gonna cost so much. So obviously I have to pop that bubble on that conspiracy. Um, but anyways,
Does it sound really quiet right now? In real time, right now, we're figuring out how it
He's so
works.
mad. He's always so mad. He's just angry.
ad.
When Mr. D
Sorry about that. Ad. I am I'm really exhausted with ads right now. Back in the day, way back in the day, like 2016 and 2017, I never had a problem with ads. Okay, even up to like you could say like 2023, I never really had problems with ads. But now the ads have doubled. If you watch anything on YouTube, you get YouTube on your TV, you get more unskippable ads. So it's really really irksome. But anyways, enough about that. Let's continue. I had to pause and just cut it out.
Today is our first day shooting in the stables at Innisfaillock, which is the home of the Atlantean refugees in Britain.
It's my first day on set. This is the first time we're gonna meet Morgan.
So yeah, she did an interview, and I forgot the channel name, by the way, but I even left a comment on that channel, but I forgot the name of the channel. Anyways, enough about that. She's hot. I'm happy that they use a lot of attractive actors and actresses. It's really cool. It's really refreshing, to see such beauty. But anyways,
Morgan, and we just shot the scene where she's sort of like peering through and looking at Karis and Daphne. This is her first the first time the audience sees Morgan. What strange men are you?
Priests, my lady.
We've just walked through Atlantean fairyland.
Yeah.
We end up in a stable with Karis and her sister.
And we meet her sister.
Half-sister to Karis, the daughter of Avalac by his second wife. Kind of a fun anecdote. These books have always loomed large in my imagination. I had a band in college, and the name of my band was Morgan, named after Laura.
wow, that's some interesting piece of trivia. Wow, it's so interesting to hear about that so many people have had bands, small bands. I don't recall anyone I know who has a band.
Its character of Morgan. She goes on to be the queen of air and darkness. She represents most evil across the Pendragon cycle. She is the anti-Merlin.
Len Eric Kuruptamen.
Hello, Magdalene. Atlantean.
And I've been working really hard on the Atlantean. That is their native language. That's Morgan's first language. So anytime she's speaking to animals, or most of the time she's speaking to herself.
That must be really tough, to learn this made up language. And I'm really horrible when it comes to learning languages, like regular second languages. In school, I remember at one point we were learning not only English, but um, we were learning like three extra languages, and then they just took one off. It was Afrikaans, it was isiZulu, and also we had to choose an Eastern language, and I chose Tamil. So yeah, and the Tamil class was really small compared to the Hindi class. A lot of people chose Hindi, and I guess mostly because people think it's easier. I would say that Tamil is easier in my opinion, but hey, what do I know? Regardless, I totally forgot about some aspects of the language. And looking back, I really wish I performed well in isiZulu. I really wish I actually put in more dedication, because now as someone who really wants to write, and I really want to learn all the other languages in my country, I know it's going to be really, really. Hold on. Okay, so I had to just check on something. Anyways, as I was saying, there were three languages, alongside English, and I kind of wish that I did really take isiZulu seriously, because I really want to get into like all of the other languages in my country. Like Afrikaans, I can remember some of it. And it's very easy to remember the pronunciations of some of the stuff. Um, but honestly, like I really want to learn all the other languages, and there's so many in this country, and anyways, going back to this, wow, that must be really challenging, to learn this made up language.
Or another Atlantean, they're speaking in that language.
There's also the first scene in which we hear the Atlantean language. Essentially, all the Atlantean characters in Lawhead's novels just speak in English, but we thought it would be fun to take that up a notch and actually create.
I really love that, because when I watched the behind the scenes footage like a long time ago, and even when I was like like just having it play in the background like a month or two ago, um, I came across the scenes where they're speaking in this made up language, and I was thinking, okay, the books are going to have this, but when I was reading, I'm still reading Taliesin, I don't see a lot of that made up language. So I'm happy that they added this extra form of something to this series. They added something, and it doesn't feel like it really breaks the source material. It basically, I would say, it's an additive. I'm sorry, I have no idea what I'm talking about.
A language for the Atlanteans. And to do that, we hired our friend Spencer Clavin.
So Spencer Clavin is actually Andrew Clavin's son. That's cool. Oh my gosh, like, wow. Apparently, a lot of them had to learn not just this made up language, but they also had to learn, well, many of them had to learn different accents. Brett also had to change her accent for this. Okay, anyways.
Ja, witless Avalach. Leocoran now. Great. Penal. Penal. There it is. Yes.
This is so cool. This is so cool.
It's pretty rare to create a language and to have the opportunity to do it. I used to think that Tolkien, J.R.R. Tolkien, was a total weirdo for having created Elvish. Like, who would go that far to build?
But
out
that's
a
so
language?
fun though, when you get to create your own language, right? A made up one, and even if it's like something very light-hearted and not so serious, like you're not adding too many rules to it, it's still pretty fun. It's still pretty fun, but then the only big problem is that it eats up so much of your time.
For his universe, and the minute I started doing this, I instantly understood. It just is so engrossing and such a beautiful way
Okay.
to build a world.
Yep.
To imagine
It's
where the words that they use came
it's so fantastic. The only problem is just that you lack time.
from. So, like, this language comes from heaven.
I hope
This
you
is like
guys
a
can
language
hear
that was
this
before
clearly.
the fall. It kind of begins to deteriorate after the fall, and after Adam and Eve in the garden, it starts to turn into all the other languages. So you pull from Hebrew, you pull from Greek, you pull from a little bit of Elvish, right? So that's part of the universe too. Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool.
And Aldar. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
This is
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, everything else was on point. One more time. These actors are.
Wow, just wow. Um, I've never written a proper script before. I've written drafts of a script, but at that point I didn't really know how a script should really look like. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. But anyways, moving on.
Incredible. Like they're all into it. Some of them are nerdier than I am about this fake language that I'm making. And so we've been just coaching and getting them up to speed. They film in like less than a week, I think. They're going to be on camera saying these words.
Okay, so they did have a brief moment of pre-production. That's fascinating. So, okay, the camera is modern. I'm guessing that I can't read the writings, but I'm guessing it's all native 4K, which is good. You know, I think more movies need to be shot, or more TV series as well need to be shot on 4K, native 4K. I think most of them do anyways these days, but I think that native 4K is the solution, guys. Or maybe just shoot in 8K and you know, just to be ahead of time, you know, because eventually we will have 8K TVs. I think they are starting to exist, but then it's gonna be really expensive, isn't it? Like 4K is becoming more accessible, but 8K TVs, oh my gosh, that's gonna be really expensive. Um, every time I go to the local mall, and every time I walk past this one massive furniture store, you see this gigantic TV on the display, and that is just 4K. And it's like, I really wish there was a TV like that, but instead it's 8K. I mean, I can't afford it, can never afford it, but it would be cool if you know, if they at least start having more 8K TVs. And I'm sure eventually that will become more accessible. Okay, they added subtitles. Last time I don't recall them adding subtitles. Maybe my memory is just foggy. Maybe. Oh, storyboard. Whoa. The storyboard is so cool. Look at all the details towards it, you know? Wow.
You hear a sound?
That's cute. So this was the thumbnail first, right? And then when I check my TV, it's a totally different thumbnail. But no, when I went back on my phone and searched the Pendragon cycle, this popped up. This image popped up. This thumbnail. So I'm guessing that, you know, it's glitched up. And I've noticed this issue as well with their previous video. They kept changing the thumbnail, so when you know, you watched it on TV, it was different, and then when I click over here, it's different. So it's pretty interesting. Anyways, I like this thumbnail. I'm gonna use it. Okay, I'm gonna use it for my channel. Well, not this specific frame, but you know what I'm talking about.
Ebben a filmben az egértől ugye pontosan a szarvasmarháig hozunk minden
All
állatot.
kinds of animals. That's cool. That's cool.
A kis egerünknek egy
You know,
konkrét feladata volt
if
most.
this was a like big budget series from a different platform, the mouse would have been CGI, which I have no problem with, because animal CGI has really evolved. It's not your stereotypical cartoonish CGI. But at the same time, it's also good to have the natural stuff, because the actors and actresses can also work with it, you know? But anyways.
Amit körülbelül hát egy olyan 3 hét alatt tanítottunk meg neki.
3
Az
weeks,
egérnél nem
dang.
használunk a tanításban.
You know, I had hamsters and I've never trained them at all. But you know, I really miss them. Really miss them. I never even got to carry them, which is really sad. You know, I was afraid of getting bitten.
figyelmet. Egy útvonalon
But
elkísérjük, tehát
mouses are really cute too.
kezemmel kísérem, és megmutatom neki, hova kell mennie, akkor ott ő jelöl. És ugye innentől kezdve általában ugyanazon az útvonalon megy.
Sora
Okay. Sora 2. Okay, sorry, I got an ad on that. Okay. Let's just continue.
Just reset. We were so far out of your light, Emery, we can't see where we were.
Okay, so we did see a scene from the lake in the teaser trailer, and wow, and also in the background of the lake scene, you were able to see this castle in the background. That's cool.
Okay, guys, let's go for a rehearsal. Meet James.
It was my second ever night shoot. Yesterday being the first, so it's
Wow,
interesting.
like I'm afraid of really going into large bodies of water because of amoebas, you know, and also because, well, I don't swim, but also you know, even pools I'm afraid of, because like it can be the cleanest pool out there. I am terrified of pools because, well, if you guys ever watched the alligator movie, you know, there's this one scene where like three children are playing or something like that on this diving board, and then they're playing this pirate game, and then, you know, this one kid is walking the plank, and then you know, the pool lights are off, no one can see the alligator, and then the mother inside the house puts the lights on, flips a switch or something, and then when the light comes on, you can see the alligator, and then, well, the boy is pushed in and it's too late. It's too late, you know? That's a really terrifying movie. The sequel is just not good, okay? It's not good. Just the first one is so good, okay? The second one is like so ashamed of violence and blood and gore, and it's boring. Really sad, because the second one had some potential to be a really good sequel, but it just didn't work out. Anyways,
Say good morning in the evening.
whoa, they use a lot of lights for stuff like this. I'm so fascinated by film production, you know. I've been even watching those AI Attack on Titan videos, you know, the ones with the behind the scenes footage. It's so wonderful to see that. I just love that artistic expression, and it's like, you know, I don't think we'll ever have an Attack on Titan live action so soon. I mean, there already is like 2 movies of it, but I'm talking about like a live action of the series, like a proper adaptation. But they don't have to do it, you know. There's already the anime, and that's good enough of an adaptation. But anyways, I just love watching those videos because it's nice concept to really show you what could really happen.
We're shooting one of the very important scenes from the first episode where we introduce the concept of the Lady of the Lake.
Okay, reset. Reset. One more coming up.
Karis, the survivor of Atlantis, is Our Lady of the Lake, and in the scene tonight, she has her...
A lot of spoilers in this teaser trailer. I mean, sorry, in this... What am I saying? In this behind the scenes footage, because I'm just like 100 and something pages in Taliesin, so yeah, there's a lot of spoilers. Wow, which is fine. I'm fine with that. Okay, it's okay. I'm still gonna read the book anyways. I'm still gonna spoil it to myself anyways.
Sort of meet cute with Taliesin.
Taliesin has this vision of the Lady of the Lake, and then finally, like, it's almost like it's a huge epiphany moment, and this is where that turns to, I guess, reality.
Step out, please. Rose and James.
I'm in this hot tub because it is, I don't know how cold it is, probably 60 degrees outside. If anything, it just makes me hot enough that I actually want to get in the lake. Everybody's taking real...
Wow, you know, I've been even thinking of getting my own water bag, you know? I saw some really cute ones in store, and I was like, oh, that looks so good, you know? Especially during the winter, it's good to have. Okay, why am I so obsessed with talking about my personal stuff? Sorry, but it's fun. It's fun to really add a bit of more information about myself.
Care of us. We're staying very warm, to the point to where we're actually sweating. Some of us are anyway, James.
People keep checking if I'm cold, and it's really weird to respond and say, I'm actually sweltering. I'm sweating. Please help me. Hey man, showbiz, baby.
You're in prime Arthurian legend kind of territory here. And so for that reason, it's definitely been really high on my list of scenes to shoot. Hopefully we'll be worth all of the challenges.
Okay, so I love that. I love that that little scene over there because we do get to see some part of it in the teaser trailer.
That have gone into making it.
That's nice. That's nice that, you know, they're not shying away from certain scenes. And this is what we should be doing, you know. If the source material calls for certain stuff, certain things to be seen, then I think we should not shy away from it. But anyways, that's about it for this video. It's 26 minutes. Oh my gosh, I have to upload this. It's gonna be like 4 gigs. Then I have to delete it immediately because that's a lot of space taken away from my device.
Excellent.
Okay, so from what I've heard, oh wow, guys, what is this? What's this? What is that? I've been thinking for the past few weeks that we need a button to hide the pop-ups, and we finally have it. Finally, after all these years, we finally get that pop-up. Oh my gosh, it's been so great. Finally. I mean, I wish there was a setting to change that, but you know what? This is the path forward, you know. All right, so I enjoyed watching this. I can't tell how many new scenes I saw, but I love the music and I love the fact that the behind the scenes footage is just so lively. A lot of people have said that, you know, there was no problems, you know, during the productions of it. So that's cool. That's really cool. So of course, the next question is, when will season 2 be filmed? I don't know if season 2 will ever be a thing because obviously they spent a lot of money on this production, and you know, for them to have that same amount or maybe slightly less is still going to be so much. And obviously I don't even know when they're going to film. I don't know when this is all going to happen because obviously pre-production needs to start eventually for season 2. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your opinions on this. Anyways, bye.